money and the work. The more we got, the more we seen it just was never gonna be enough. Ain't never gonna fix what's wrong. Ain't never gonna fill the hole in our hearts. Maybe we all lost. And maybe we're never gonna be found.
Today, we're breaking down the official teaser for Raising Kanan Season 5, dropping June 12th. Mark it on your calendars, clear your schedules, and hit that do not disturb because this is going to be pure cinematic fire. The final season of Raising Kanan is shaping up to be a full-blown movie, and the teaser alone oozes intensity. From the very first frame, you can feel it. The tension, the stakes, the questions that'll haunt us all season. Will Marvin survive? What about Unique? And what's going to happen with Lou, Snaps, Pops, Stefano, and the new players stepping into the mix? The teaser makes it clear. Nobody is safe in the world of power, and this season, they really mean it. One of the most intriguing teases? Rock. She's absent from the teaser while Marvin visits a graveyard, clearly intentional. The show is keeping us guessing. Did Rock survive the chaos of Season 4? Or is her story truly over? Everyone, from the Thomas family to new faces, looks like they mean business. So let's dive straight in, scene by scene, to see what we can expect from Season 5, the final season, returning June 12th. Marvin's words set the tone. One of the first moments to dissect is Marvin's narration.
Ain't never gonna fix what's wrong. Ain't never gonna fill the hole in our hearts. Maybe we all lost.
This is classic Raising Kanan. Heavy, meaningful dialogue that cuts deeper than the streets ever could. Marvin's reflection is a mirror of the series itself. Chasing money and power only dug the hole deeper. Betrayals, deaths, secrets. The Thomas family's trauma is irreparable, and the pain lingers even if the money stacks up. His warning to Jukebox is chilling. Don't end up like me. The only thing I'm good for is bad. This isn't just about Marvin. It's about the whole family, the entire game, and the cost of power. Season 5 promises to push that narrative even further, showing that some losses can never be fixed. Kanan, from pup to wolf. Kanan's scenes are next level. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm done making excuses. For you, for me, nobody's untouchable. Season 5 picks up right where Season 4 left off. Kanan is in Rock's house, wearing the same outfit, and the tension is palpable. Did he shoot Rock? The teaser keeps it ambiguous, but we're leaning toward the possibility she survived, though it's planting seeds of doubt. Kanan is evolving. The teaser shows him transforming from pup to wolf, ready to run the streets with ruthless precision. And then there's Breeze, introduced at the end of Season 4, who's set to challenge Kanan in all the right ways. From his chessboard scenes to his smirk, Breeze is clearly calculated, smart, and deadly, a perfect partner or rival for Kanan as we edge closer to the Power Origins era. Unique and Lou, chaos ahead. Unique's teaser moments are brief but impactful. After his traumatic head injury in Season 3 and struggles in Season 4, what version of him will we see? The teaser hints at anger, unpredictability, and business as usual, especially when Marvin bursts into his tailoring shop. That confrontation is bound to be explosive. Lou's story is just as tense. Balancing music and street life, Lou faces questions about survival and loyalty. The teaser hints at his presence in Rock's house during a tense moment. Could he witness a pivotal event? His arc will be tested in ways we haven't seen before. Marvin, Snaps, Pop, and the new players. Marvin is back, doing his classic gangster moves, making mistakes, and pushing the Thomas family to their limits. His final acts might be the heartbreaking catalyst for Jukebox's journey out of New York. Snaps and Pop remain powerful puppet masters, running the game from the comfort of their restaurant, while new players like Florence, Flossie, Siguel, and Pino Bernardi shake things up. Stefano's survival from Season 4 adds another layer to the mix, and Jarita may continue to bridge the story into Power Origins. Season 5 promises to tie up arcs, but also leave us with questions. The perfect balance of closure and suspense. The final verdict. This teaser confirms it. Season 5 of Raising Kanan will be intense, emotional, and unforgettable. Mark your calendars. June 12th is when the Thomas family saga reaches its explosive conclusion. Get ready for heartbreak, betrayal, power plays, and the final evolution of Kanan. Drop your thoughts below. who survives, who falls, and what secrets will finally come to light. This summer, Raising Kanan is all business. Right from the start, Marvin's words hit hard. He doesn't just speak, they linger, echoing in a way that makes you feel the weight of everything the Thomas family has been through. The money and the work, the more we got, the more we've seen. It was just never going to be enough. It's never going to fix what was wrong. It's never going to fill the holes in our hearts. Maybe we all lost. That line alone sets the tone for this final season. It's a reminder that no matter how much power, cash, or influence you stack, it can never heal the damage that's already been done. Marvin isn't just talking about wealth, he's talking about the cost of choices, the burden of betrayal, and the scars left by the street game. Every death, every secret, every betrayal in the first 4 seasons has led to this moment, and now we're forced to confront the fact that the Thomas family may be broken beyond repair. From the trauma of Jukebox to the losses Marvin has suffered personally, the cycle of ambition and violence has only dug deeper, leaving the family fractured and vulnerable. Marvin's reflection is a mirror to the audience, showing us that chasing money and power doesn't bring satisfaction, it brings consequence. And in this teaser, we see that the creators are doubling down on that theme. Every frame screams intensity, but it's the quiet, almost melancholic moments that really land. Marvin visiting the graveyard is one of those moments. His presence there isn't just a nod to past losses, it's a setup, a hint that someone close might not survive this season. And that raises the first big question. Did Rock make it through the chaos of Season 4? The teaser doesn't show her, which immediately sparks doubt. It's a masterclass in tension, because even though we all want to believe she survived, the show is planting seeds of uncertainty, forcing us to wonder if the story we thought we knew is about to shift dramatically. The words Marvin chooses are deliberate, almost poetic, painting the streets and the family in a tragic light. When he talks about how nothing ever being enough, it's more than commentary, it's foreshadowing. The game doesn't just take lives, it eats souls. It creates a permanent mark that no amount of money or power can erase. And in this teaser, every look, every gesture, every pause drives home the reality that Season 5 isn't going to be forgiving. It's going to show us the true consequences of ambition, betrayal, and survival. Marvin's line about being only good for one thing, and the thing he was good for is bad, hits like a punch to the gut. It's not just about him, it's about what the streets have done to everyone involved. He wants better for Jukebox, wants her to avoid the mistakes and pain he endured. But the environment, the game, and the cycle of violence make that nearly impossible. That tension is palpable in the teaser. Every glance at the characters, every scene of confrontation, seems to echo Marvin's warning. The game will never leave anyone unscathed, and no one is safe, no matter how smart, ruthless, or powerful they think they are. The teaser also cleverly contrasts moments of calm with moments of raw energy, creating a push and pull that mirrors the psychological weight of the characters. You see Marvin reflecting, thinking about losses, about what the money has cost, and then you immediately shift to Kanan or other players in the streets, ready to act, ready to assert dominance, ready to remind everyone that power isn't given, it's taken. It's this constant tension that makes the teaser feel alive, dangerous, and utterly consuming. And the way the creators focus on dialogue and choice of words shows how much thought went into every line. Marvin's speech isn't filler, it's thematic storytelling at its finest. It establishes a lens through which we are meant to view the entire season. When he talks about the unfixable nature of money and power, he's setting up the audience to feel the heartbreak, the suspense, and the inevitability of loss that's about to unfold. This is why the teaser lands so hard. It's not just visuals, it's philosophy, it's morality, it's storytelling. The weight of Marvin's words sets the stage, reminding us that Raising Kanan has never been just about the streets. It's been about the families, the cycles, the consequences, and now, as we step into the final season, every word carries the gravity of endings, of decisions made, and of a game that refuses to let anyone walk away unscathed. From the very first glimpse of this teaser, one thing is clear. Nobody in the world of Raising Kanan is safe. Every character is on the edge, every alliance is fragile, and every choice could be the one that costs them everything. You feel it immediately in the way the camera lingers on Kanan, Marvin, and the other players. The looks in their eyes, the weight of their history, and the tension that builds with every frame. The teaser doesn't just tease action, it teases consequence. You see Kanan moving through familiar spaces, but now he's different. He's sharper, more calculating, and you can sense the transformation from the young pup we met in earlier seasons into a wolf ready to assert dominance. That same sense of impending danger extends to everyone else. The Thomas family, Unique, Lou, Pops, Snaps, and even the new faces being introduced. There's a subtle but powerful message. In this game, trust is a luxury, and survival comes at a price. Nothing in this world is guaranteed, and that's what makes the stakes feel so high. From Marvin visiting the graveyard to Kanan confronting unresolved tensions, the teaser keeps reminding us that someone's downfall is inevitable. The question lingers with every scene. Who will it be? Will Rock survive? Or has her absence in the teaser already foreshadowed her ultimate fate? The creators make it clear that even the characters we've grown to care about aren't exempt from the harsh realities of the streets. Every glance, every whispered conversation, every tense stare hints at the unpredictability of this season. You can see it in the way Marvin's reflection carries weight. He knows the game eats everyone, and he knows that no amount of money, power, or loyalty can shield anyone from the consequences. The idea that nobody is safe is reinforced through the teaser's pacing and the way it layers its storytelling. One moment, you see a character seemingly in control, confident in their position, and in the next, there's a subtle threat, a hint of betrayal, or a quiet moment of fear. These shifts keep you on edge because the threat is never obvious. It's always lurking in the background. You get the sense that even small mistakes could unravel the carefully constructed empires that these characters have built. Marvin's words echo in your mind as you watch. It's never going to fix what was wrong. Maybe we all lost. That's not just introspection, it's foreshadowing. Every character is haunted by past actions, past mistakes, and unresolved conflicts. The teaser amplifies this by showing the characters in moments of vulnerability, but always juxtaposed with their power and presence in the streets. It's this duality that creates suspense. You never know who is about to fall, who is about to strike, or whose moment of weakness will be exploited. Kanan's presence in this teaser is a perfect example of the nobody is safe motif. He's no longer the young version of himself from Season 1. He's a force, and the way he moves through spaces, interacts with other characters, and carries himself tells you that he's ready to make moves that will shift the balance of power. His interactions are layered with tension, suggesting that the consequences of past actions are about to collide with the present. And then, there's the uncertainty surrounding Rock. Her absence in key moments isn't accidental. It's a deliberate choice to make the audience question, to sow doubt, and to set up the possibility of major losses this season. You feel the suspense building because the teaser doesn't give answers, it gives questions. And in a story like Raising Kanan, those questions carry enormous weight because every choice matters, and every moment could be the last for someone we've come to know. Even the secondary characters feel the pressure. Unique, Lou, Pops, Snaps, and the newly introduced players are all operating in this high-stakes environment where every decision could tip the scale toward survival or destruction. Unique's past trauma, Lou's duality between music and street life, Pops and Snap's grip on the game, and the new character's ambitions all intersect to create a world where no one is untouchable. You can sense the tension in every frame, the unspoken threats, and the anticipation that someone will inevitably cross a line that cannot be undone. The teaser does an excellent job of layering these dynamics to make you feel that danger is everywhere. This isn't just about physical survival, it's about emotional and psychological survival. Characters are constantly balancing ambition, loyalty, and morality against the inevitable consequences of the street game. The teaser also subtly highlights how relationships are being tested. Every alliance is vulnerable, every bond can break, and every action has a reaction. You can see it in Kanan's growing dominance, in Marvin's somber reflection, and in the looming presence of the new characters. It's the perfect storm of suspense because you're never quite sure who will make it to the end. The nobody is safe theme doesn't just apply to the characters, it applies to the audience as well. Every scene forces you to question your assumptions, to think about what you thought you knew, and to brace yourself for shocks. It's this constant tension that makes the teaser feel so intense, and why Season 5 promises to be the most thrilling, heartbreaking, and suspenseful season yet. This teaser makes it impossible to ignore the fact that Kanan is no longer the same kid from Season 1. The transformation is palpable. He's sharper, meaner, and more dangerous than ever. Every move he makes, every glance, every decision in the teaser signals that this is the season where he steps fully into his role as a street boss. He's no longer learning the rules, he's setting them. You can see it in the way he carries himself in the house scenes, the tension in his voice, and the controlled aggression in his posture. Kanan's evolution from a pup into a wolf is not just a narrative arc, it's a statement. The streets don't forgive weakness, and this season, he's going to show that he's willing to do whatever it takes to assert dominance and protect what remains of his family legacy. But it's not just about Kanan. The introduction of Breeze adds a whole new layer of intrigue and danger. Breeze is not just a side character, he's a catalyst. The way he's presented in the teaser, sitting with the chessboard, already suggests intelligence, strategy, and a deadly combination of brains and brawn. He's the kind of player who forces Kanan to adapt, to think bigger, and to sharpen his instincts. And from what we've seen, their dynamic is going to define much of this season. Will Breeze be a mentor, a rival, or both? The teaser leaves us questioning everything, and that uncertainty is the tension that drives the season forward. You can already sense that Kanan and Breeze together are going to shake the streets, creating a new hierarchy of power that could either stabilize Kanan's world or destroy it entirely. What's fascinating about this pairing is the way the teaser hints at their relationship without fully revealing it. Breeze is calm, calculated, and observant, while Kanan is raw, impulsive, and emotionally charged. The tension between these two forces is almost electric. It raises so many questions about strategy, loyalty, and ambition. Will Breeze push Kanan to become smarter and more ruthless, or will Kanan's unpredictability challenge Breeze's methodical approach? The chessboard in the teaser is a brilliant metaphor for this exact dynamic. Every piece, every move, every unseen threat reflects how the streets operate and how Kanan's world is about to change. Just like in chess, one wrong move could cost a life, an empire, or even everything Kanan has fought for. And this isn't just theory. The teaser shows us subtle hints that these two are going to leave a permanent mark on the streets. Whether it's through manipulation, strategic power plays, or outright violence, Kanan and Breeze together are setting up for a clash of skill, wits, and ambition that will define the season. At the same time, the teaser reminds us that Kanan's transformation is not happening in a vacuum. The ghosts of his past, the trauma he's endured, and the losses he's suffered all feed into his current mindset. You can feel the weight of Season 4 in every moment of this teaser. Every stare Kanan gives, every tense pause, reflects his history, the betrayals, the deaths, and the unhealed wounds of his family. And yet, with Breeze entering the picture, there's a new layer of possibility. Breeze isn't just a new player, he's an extension of the streets themselves. A mirror that shows Kanan what he could become if he's smart, ruthless, and willing to do what others won't. The teaser teases this brilliantly, giving us enough to speculate, theorize, and anticipate without ever fully giving the answers. And that's the genius of it. Kanan's journey this season is as much about internal growth as it is about external domination. He's learning, calculating, and preparing for the storms ahead, and Breeze is both a teacher and a test. The teaser also gives subtle but powerful hints about the stakes of Kanan's transformation. Every scene suggests that Kanan is about to confront old enemies, settle past scores, and challenge anyone who doubts his authority. But it's also clear that the streets are watching, waiting, and ready to strike. The teaser doesn't just show us Kanan's rise, it shows us the precariousness of power. One misstep, one wrong decision, and everything could collapse. That tension, that sense of danger lurking around every corner, is exactly what makes the teaser so gripping. The creators are signaling that this season won't pull punches. It's going to test Kanan, Breeze, and everyone around them in ways we've never seen before. And it's not just about survival, it's about legacy, respect, and the brutal reality that in this world, trust is fragile and betrayal is always one step away. Finally, the teaser teases the wider impact of Breeze's arrival on the streets in Kanan's world. Breeze is not just a new ally or rival. He represents a shift in power, a new style of strategy, and a threat to old hierarchies. His presence hints at conflicts that will force Kanan to adapt, evolve, and confront challenges that are bigger than himself. And this creates the ultimate suspense for the audience. How will Kanan respond? Will he embrace the lessons Breeze brings? Or will the weight of his past choices prevent him from fully rising? Every frame in the teaser seems designed to make the audience ask these questions, keeping us on the edge of our seats and emotionally invested in Kanan's journey. It's a masterclass in storytelling, tension building, and character evolution, and it makes it painfully clear that nobody in the world of Raising Kanan is safe. Not Kanan, not Breeze, not the Thomas family, and certainly not the audience, who will be holding their breath for every twist, betrayal, and revelation this season promises to deliver. The teaser makes it painfully clear that this final season is as much about the secondary characters as it is about Kanan and Breeze. And nowhere is that more apparent than in the arcs of Unique, Lou, and the rest of the Thomas family. Unique, in particular, stands out immediately because the teaser hints at a man who has been broken and rebuilt by the game. After the trauma of his head injury in Season 3 and the anger issues that plagued him in Season 4, we see glimpses of him in this teaser that suggest he may no longer be the unpredictable wildcard we once knew, but he's still dangerous in ways that go beyond brute force. Every frame of Unique exudes a quiet tension, a simmering unpredictability that could explode at any moment. And that's the point. No matter how much he's grown, no matter how much control he thinks he has, the streets, and the people he loves, are constantly pushing him to the edge. Marvin bursting into his tailoring shop is a perfect example. It's not just a casual visit, it's a moment loaded with implications. What conversation is about to happen? What decisions are about to be made? And how will Unique respond? The teaser leaves us with more questions than answers, creating a suspenseful anticipation that lingers long after the scene ends. This is a man whose very survival feels uncertain, not just because of external threats, but because of the internal battles he continues to fight every day. Then there's Lou, whose presence in the teaser is just as enigmatic and tension-filled. Lou has always been a man caught between worlds. The world of music, which is safe, familiar, and almost therapeutic, and the streets, which are dangerous, unpredictable, and unforgiving. Season 5 promises to push him to the breaking point. The teaser hints at moments where Lou is confronted with choices that could shatter his equilibrium. You see it in his facial expressions, in his hesitation, and in the subtle way the camera lingers on him. Lou's arc has always been about balance, and now that balance is being tested to its limits. Will he continue to straddle these two worlds, or will he be forced to pick a side, potentially with deadly consequences? And as with all the characters, the stakes are personal as well as strategic. Lou isn't just fighting for survival. He's fighting to protect those he loves, to preserve the parts of his life that remain untainted by the violence and betrayal that define the Thomas family legacy. Speaking of the Thomas family, the teaser reminds us that this final season is going to shine a harsh light on the fractures within the family itself. Marvin's reflection on the unfixable nature of money and power isn't just thematic, it's personal. Every member of the Thomas family carries their own trauma, their own regrets, and their own unresolved conflicts. Jukebox, who has endured unimaginable losses, is facing a crossroads that could define the rest of her life. The teaser makes it clear that her choices are about more than just survival. They're about self-preservation, identity, and the ability to reclaim some sense of agency in a world that has consistently taken it away. And the absence or limited presence of certain characters in the teaser, like Rock, only amplifies the tension. Questions loom over the Thomas family that haven't been answered. Will Rock survive? How will her potential absence affect the family's dynamic?